treaties and law, and one division handling against special cases. I'm not sure what they plan to do, but what they want to do now is to look at the other ministries and how it is organized so that they can be up to par with our neighbors. So we just wanted to know the organizational structure and how the office or the department functions. So do you have like a secretary of state in charge of legal affairs, and what is the flow, the workflow of the department? So that's it. So if you could share with me that information, I will let our legal office know.
So thank you, Gina. Thank you again, and sorry I was a bit late. I was quite
I'm
tired.
early.
And I just to clarify, you mentioned your legal department, which you have the office of the law, treaties, which focus on security, economics one, and last one, legislative
Judicial.
Yeah, okay. But thank you, and yeah, related to the issue, I will talk briefly for you. But first of all, I would like to thank for your DFA that arranged in Cebu. I was there.
Really?
Thank you for your
Awesome.
hospitality, and yeah.
Well,
So
we had a good time.
yeah, I was there maybe 5 days
Oh,
in Cebu to join meeting of Connect South Agency.
I see.
Yeah. And for your restructure, the office of the legal one, so and the organizations on my office. So in my general department, we have 3 departments. So we the names of our general department is General Departments of Legal, Consular and Border Affairs. So we have 3 departments there, with one focus on consular affairs, border affairs, and my department is responsible for the legal affairs. So the name of our department is Departments of Legal and Treaty Affairs. So we have 2 offices, legal office and treaty office. So due to the upgrade from 2018, we shift from department to general department. But for the legal department, we have only 2 offices. And then the work that we responsible for, and or jobs responsibility, firstly we focus on the treaty negotiation and drafting one. So we are joined to drafting, making drafting, also we counter draft, like we have discussed before in September about the transitional trafficking one, that we have the proposed amendments. And secondly, we have the duty to make treaty ratification and depository functions, which means that when the concerned authority submit the application, so we to transfer it to our missions in New York, and then we submit the ratification to United Nations for ratification, accessions, or anything that we need to do. And thirdly, we have the function for legal advisories and opinions. So when we have the issue to, if we have the request from related department or general department to analyze, to review what Cambodia's position on the treaty agreements, and also the MOU. For example, currently your Department of Foreign Affairs sent us the procedure for admitted Timor-Leste to be the ASEAN member state. So Timor-Leste need to join all treaty, declaration, and everything that ASEAN has established. So we need to analyze it and provide any opinion or advice to them. But we focus on the legal perspective, not for the political one. So yeah. And another functions, we also specialize legal matter. For example, we have an extradition with some country. For example, France, China, Thailand, and also Laos, and also other country. But we have a lot of them. Yeah. And another specialized we focus on reviews on legal expertise on the immunities and privileges. So some international organization they request us to review any international law that Cambodia follows, and then we consider those privileges need to be provided to that organization or not. But we refer to the scope of that NGO, for example, the UN, they automatically receive the privileges. And some embassy also requested for immunity. But we consider what we have ratified, for example, the Vienna Convention on Equal Population. So you can check on the UN website that Cambodia have the ratification there. That we don't provide any immunity to the technical and analysis staff at the embassy. So, and yeah, just example for that one. And other works, actually, you may know that Ministry of Foreign Affairs just only the coordinator to facilitate to transmit and transfer any document from outside to concerned authority. For example, we have the MOU with Transit North 1, so we sent to Ministry of Israel, as you know. And secondly, we have Air Service MOU, introduced in 2024, and then and we also have another one with Ministry of Labor, Educational Training, and Stipends until now. So other functions, I might also talking about we also join the governance office to seek more input and also provide more input for drafting a sub-decrees and other international regulations that the concerned authorities or concerned ministry will ask us to join. Yeah, so understand. Even domestic law. So for further updates, just recently our governments also drafting the new sub-decree focus on classification the functions of the legal expert. So we divide into four categories. So we have the senior specialist in legal affairs, specialist in legal affairs, the second one. And the third one, we have the technical expert. And lastly, we have the expertise one. So currently, our government might be issued the sub-decree to formulate all the ministry to have one system for the legal expert. So we are doing. So hopefully this year we release it. Yeah. It's all from our side, and I hope you handle something. And do you have any questions?
Yeah. So actually took note of your briefing. So I have a few questions that I wrote from the things you have mentioned. So first, is your office led by a director general? So who has the highest?
the highest positions is directors of department.
Director. of
Yeah,
the
director. And we have deputy directors.
department.
So we have two.
Okay.
And we have two office, so we have two chief's office.
So for the general, so the head is the General Department of Legal, Consular, and Border.
Yeah, yeah.
And
The
then
general
under
department and our department, it consists of.
the legal and treaty department. So the legal and treaty department is led by a director, correct?
Sorry, okay.
The legal and treaty department, the head.
Yes, it's department, and the head is the department.
Director. Okay. And then under those are deputy directors.
Mm.
So that's one. And I'm just curious. This is just my curiosity. Recently there's Cambodia ratified the UNCLOS. So I heard before that it's the instrument for accession has been drafted or was being drafted. So is it now with the or still under the
For the update for the UNCLOS ratifications, we can say that the field of maritime we have ratified three. So firstly, we have the free stock agreement in 1995, and we ratified it in 2020. And we have Median J. We ratified in 2025. I'm not wrong, maybe 2023, but I can check. And lastly, the UNCLOS, the main one, we ratified in February and all of the entered into force career on 8 March. So you can also check on the website. You have declaration that you can get your tell.
Thank you so much. It's just a curiosity actually. And then I have another question. Does your department hire lawyers or so for example, to be in your department, do you have to be a lawyer or it's the regular recruitment process of the ministry?
Actually, no. Actually, when ministry recruit the official from, like, you have bachelor degree to taking the exam, like my colleague. So actually, we don't need specifically the lawyer, because in Cambodia, the lawyer they just provide a service for the law firm.
Yeah.
So the ministry not sure that you need the lawyer specifically, and but some ministry it might be they have some like their ministry lawyer they hire from other law firms. But actually, according to the UNCLOS, I can share the work does not mean the MFA did it alone, because we have the office of council minister who handle everything. So the council minister they establish a teamwork, and then they call all the experts from all ministry to join us all together, and we drafting, we translate it, we share our works, and then we review it and we adopt it, and after that we submit it to the National Assembly. So after that we have the ratifications.
Okay. So it's an inter-ministry effort.
On ratifications.
Okay. So I think I have one last question. So yeah, recently also there's this news about a new law being drafted on online scamming, combating online scamming. Is the MFA also, or your department involved with that?
Actually, the online scammer is like domestic authority implementation. So, as I have heard, I'm not the one who involved, but actually we have the proponents by Ministry of Justice and cooperated with Ministry of Interior. So actually, normally we have also other ministries to join, like core ministries should be Ministry of Justice and Ministry of Tourism. So, but I'm not the one who involved.
I see.
The other one.
Yeah, because you mentioned that your department is also sometimes in
Yeah.
rejecting domestic violence. So, but MFA is also being consulted regarding that, I'm sure.
I'm not sure right now we have any invitation from the
I see.
EOC and the Ministry of Justice, but normally when the law has been drafted, maybe we have, maybe they gather more input from all ministries, so we might join them. But actually they're not a proponent for it.
Yeah, it's MOG and
Yeah.
So it's usually the Office of Council of Ministers that calls for.
Yeah, they will call because they are the highest office to call for that, and yeah. You can also check the page of the office of the Ministry Council. The office of the Council of Minister, they have show that information there. They have called other ministry to join. Yeah, the drafting session.
So I think that's it from me. Very informative session. It's just we just have to know about the how your office works, so that we can our Department of Foreign Affairs could assess how they will structure.
Sexual and question?
Yeah,
And concern question?
Not really, but maybe you could also share with us some more detail about the division that you made.
So for the Office of Treaties and Legal Affairs, so mainly it's similar. The work is similar to your department, but they do not come up themselves with any counter drafts. They do the legal scrubbing. So for example, the two divisions I mentioned, the two treaties divisions on political security and economic and social culture, what they do is do the legal scrubbing, meaning not really the content about cooperation, but the contents about the clauses, the separability clauses, the legal parts. So they do not come up with any counter draft. So the counter drafts come from the ministries, the other ministries that's handling, for example, an MOU, and then they will send it back to the DFA, and then the office, for example, for us is the Asia Pacific Affairs. They will send it to the legal office to do the legal scrubbing once everything is complete. So they are the final office that handles the treaties or MOUs to do the legal scrubbing, and then they will send it, the DFA will send it back to the ministry in charge. So that this is our final inputs with the legal scrubbing already done. And then afterwards, once it's signed, once the agreement is signed, the legal office will do the ratification and all the domestic processes. So, for example, for our agreements last September, not all has gone to domestic process yet.
Oh.
Because, for example, it's not in September. I think it was signed in February last year during the official visit of Prime Minister Humana to the Philippines. It's the double taxation elimination law treaty agreement. So it's still undergoing domestic ratification. So for us, for those big agreements, it will go through congressional agreement decision. So there has been 2 meetings of the Congress about that, and many questions arose as to how the Philippines will benefit from double taxation elimination Philippines benefits from all of our double taxation elimination agreements. So it's because of this current one with Cambodia that the senator is questioning how we benefit from all of those agreements that we have with other countries. So the things that that's that process. That's why we still haven't ratified the agreement yet. But for MOUs, it's easier. So we just have to go through a congressional hearing about the MOUs. It just needs an executive decision, so it will be the office of the president. So that's when, for example, in the MOUs, if it's not explicitly said that this will enter into force on this date of signing, so we still have to go through an internal or domestic ratification. So that's the role of our office of legal affairs, and so that's for TPs, and also this is a unique one for this office. All of our air services agreements will be handled by the legal department. So there is no, for example, for the Cambodia air services agreement they took the lead on that. That's the only topic that we will take the lead in. So for example, for the transnational crimes, it's the Asia Pacific Department together with the Philippine National Police. But for the air services agreement, for DFA, it's the Office of Legal Affairs. So they have a specific function for air services.
So, legal department of your DFA responsible for that one. So, what is the technical ones of how to handle with the technical one, because air services is one from another agency.
Yeah, so they also work with the Civil Aviation Bureau, but in the DFA they will take the lead, not the geographic office as we call it, the Asia Pacific. So they will not handle it.
So actually, it is the best way to handle all that cases, because your legal department, the one who lead it, so you have the same format for all the things.
For all the areas.
It's a better situation because
Who are using the tool?
I'm also not sure, but maybe it's because the air services agreement has to be, the same.
the same format.
Same format.
Yeah, everything.
Because what happens when you bring it to the geographic office, it will become, the first draft will become less similar to the others. I will get back to you on that. Why only air service? Because everything has to become same format, right? But why air services? That's my curiosity before, but I just accepted it.
So, no, I have some following up questions. Like, for DFA, is that responsible for something like drafting the MOU on exemptions of visa? No, I mean the holder of
waiver.
passport.
Yeah.
For our case, we were the one. Sometimes we were the one, or the other time it is the geographical departments that handle.
Okay, so for DFA, the first draft comes from the geographic office. What they use as basis are the other visa waiver agreements. So it's quite straightforward. You just have to change the name of the country, unless there are different provisions that they would like to include. But that's why the geographic office handles it first with inputs from the consular department and not the legal. Another difference that I noticed, because you mentioned about the immunities, right? Immunities and privileges.
Yeah.
The legal department also handles it, but in the DFA, it is the protocol department that handles immunities and privileges. So under protocol department, we have not just the ceremonials, but also the immunities and privileges division. So that's not the work of the legal department anymore. So yeah, so for visa waivers, geographic.
So
I see.
if I may,
Mhm.
what are the courses that DFA plan to restructure their system?
What do you mean?
I mean like why is it now
Why?
for DFA to restructure it?
Well, we had a change in leadership. So recently our Secretary of Foreign Affairs changed, right? And then the Assistant Secretary for Legal Affairs also recently changed. So what he wanted to do is to simplify or check with other countries if you know this kind of organization works. You know how it works for other countries, so we could be up to par. Because for our legal department right now, I think they wanted to increase the divisions,
Increase?
so add more.
Oh.
So that's I think the main purpose of this review. Yeah. So they have 4, but because of the judicial function,
Judicial.
yeah, there are increasingly many administrative cases within our department. So I think they are considering that as well. So there are two functions, mainly the treaties and then the administrative cases. And yeah, most of our employees in the department are lawyers. So we are lucky because we have diplomats who are lawyers. They were lawyers before they entered the DFA. So most likely they will go to that department. They will be hired in. They will be taken in that department, and all of the heads of the divisions are mostly lawyers. And then we also have staff lawyers, meaning they're not necessarily diplomats, but we hired them as lawyers. So just to do the work mostly in the judicial part, because they are experts in local law. So that's a different hiring process for them. For local law, because if you're in treaties department, you will be more, international. You will work with international law. But if you're working with the judicial process in the Philippines, you should be an expert in local law.
Actually, how the lawyer at the DFA responsible for the cases? So can you give some example of the cases that they need to?
Oh, okay. For example, so this is quite sensitive, but I'll just mention it. It's for sexual harassment cases, for example.
Still, the MFA legal department also
Yes,
involved.
if it's within the department. So, for example, if it's between employees, so that's a thing that should be handled within the department. So if also not just sexual harassment, like cases of employees not going to work. So if someone or if the HR wanted to, file an administrative case against that employee, then the legal office will do the work.
Other case for the official, the official of the DFA or in
Yeah.
general
Officials of the DFA.
on the officials.
Yeah.
So it might be a lot of cases that.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because we have to be strict about it, because we have our own set of rules for civil servants.
Right.
And they have to follow the Civil Service Act. So anything that's not followed within the department, we have to solve it before it goes to the ombudsman. We have the ombudsman's office also for public employees in general.
So the FA legal department has a lot of cases.
Yes, that's why.
In contrast, our legal department just focus on international law.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
And I
So
feel
I
like
also emphasize that it's not just treaties for the legal department, it's also every administrative cases that you can think of.
but actually we also have consular office, consular department who handle those cases. But normally we have the Cambodian people with foreigner cases that sent to the concerned authority, for example, justice and interior to handle everything. Just transfer the case,
Yeah.
but not responsible for this one.
Yeah.
May I ask, have you also consulted with other ASEAN nations so far, and what can you share that you think their structure is beneficial?
I see. So for me, my only responsibility is to let them know about the Cambodian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So our Office of Treaties in the Philippines asked all of the posts, all of the ASEAN
okay.
posts.
Okay,
So my
okay.
main
Yeah,
responsibility
yeah,
is
sorry.
Cambodia. But I posted here.
Yes.
So I'm not really sure about the others.
Okay.
So after this, you will go to other embassy too?
No, it's just
Just only other thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, the question was.
Sorry, I can't answer that.
No, no worry.
Any other
Other question?
sharing?
No. Our responsibility is too little. But we have a lot of work to do recently, just like we have more issues. So other related general department or the MFA always request us to analyze everything,
I see.
even one NGO.
Oh.
And they ask us to provide a legal review support to make sure that we have all sides of recommendation to our minister. So,
I think I have one last. I'm sorry. I thought of another question. So I shared with you how our legal review works. So is it similar? Like what happens when you draft an MOU? Is there a set of domestic requirements that you have to fulfill in order for the MOU or the agreement to
it's
enter into force?
depends on the agreements of that MOU. Sometimes I think most likely MFA responsible choose only. For example, the agreement on the visa exemption. So we focus on only official diplomatic passport, and then the MFA who is issue those passports. So we have the full authorization to consider anything about this one. But if, for example, we have the agreement on the visa exemption on normal passport, so we need to send to in charge ministry entry. They will provide a decision, yes or no, depends on them and the responsibility. And actually, those process maybe might take time, as you may know, because sometimes the decision should be provided by the heads of our government to consider do we have we need it or not. So a long time to process it. They have to handle it, and if the embassy asks us what is the update, we just say that they sent it out and that's it.
Waiting for
It
response.
is a way we do that, but we cannot like closely follow up with them because we can see that we have a lot of high cases. Yeah. So there's a kind also the bureaucracy that is difficult to handle for everything. So
Yeah, similar with the Philippines.
yeah.
It's not just one department that handles it.
And actually, it's most agreement if the line history, for example, the Council for Development of Cambodia, CDC, it might be have the agreement with the partner, for example, with the EU area. So they also ask us to provide any international or consider or they check with the language of the agreement. So
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes. But focusly on international,
Yeah.
the Australian, yeah,
Not involved in, administrative cases.
Are you going back to, no, I mean, are you going to legal office after your assignment here?
No. I'm just going to report this.
And before you came here,
I
what?
was with the ASEAN office
I see.
during our last chairmanship.
So which department one? Which departments of ASEAN? Like,
First, I was in the summits department,
yeah.
and then I was transferred to the external relations
So,
department.
direct partner. Excellent. So we have BP here.
Yeah.
Okay. So currently, maybe Philippines is the coordinator between ASEAN and India
In there.
until 2020.
So when I was there, we were coordinator for EU, ASEAN EU. So I had the chance to go to Brussels for the ASEAN EU commemorative ceremony.
Wow, it was nice.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about being in the ASEAN department. But the work, my God.
You got travel a lot.
Yeah, but you have to work. It's not just travel.
No more?
Anymore.
Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
thank you.
joining me.
Thank you for sharing.
Very productive. I'll let you know if I have further clarifications. Just send you a message.
Thank you.
And you can also send me a message if you have questions.
Yeah, sure. That's okay.
Advice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Only 30 minutes.
Cheers. Have a good day.
Thank you.